everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, my dear and talented friend Erin Parsons and I are about to do a Marilyn Monroe makeup tutorial. I do not think I look like Marilyn Monroe, but Erin is a ride or die hardcore Marilyn fan, and together we wanted to do this makeup tutorial to pay homage to Marilyn Monroe. If you can tell by my sequin top going on right now, we are going to be recreating the look from Happy Birthday, Mr. President that is in an iconic scene, and I'm so excited to show you guys this tutorial. So let's get started.
So I've done one eye off camera because this really helps me to work out the kinks and see what actually fits Emily's eye, and I feel like the Marilyn is there. It's coming to life and it's making me so happy. Yeah. I'm like shaking already.
Erin is a hardcore Marilyn Monroe fan. So she wants to make sure it's perfect. She's been studying books. They're laid out all on the floor here to make sure it is exactly like the way Marilyn did. That's kind of cool.
I'm starting with the eyebrow, and I think what people will notice is how much of a peak there is. There's something Marilyn's makeup artist talked about. His name was Whitey Snyder, and he mentioned he would bring these peaks up pretty far apart because it would make the forehead look wider.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's all these tricks. It all has a purpose. It wasn't just slapped on. So I'm kind of using two different eyebrow pencils. One's more blonde and one's more taupe color. So as I always do, I do some eyebrow and then I do something else and I come back to the eyebrow, and I will do this 5 to 10 times. The eyebrows are like never fully done for me. So we're going in with a brown pencil. Because she always used a brown pencil, and I'm just gonna trace out, but if you notice on this eye, there's more of the pencil on the inner corner and it sort of peaks up. It's just these little things that kind of does it. You see that swoop that it does?
That's pretty. Damn, how did you do that like it was nothing? It takes me like 3 hours to do a wing.
I don't know. It has to sort of swoop and peak and then dip. It's all about the dip. Yeah. And the swoop. Yeah. And even in the hair, there's a swoop.
Yeah. Don't worry, this will look better later. It's so alarming.
Oh wait, we should talk about your...
We were gonna film this video with the wig cap on, and we were ready, but I looked very scary. So
we nixed that idea, but she'll be getting a gorgeous blonde wig at the end.
And it's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Were women at that time in the 60s wearing their makeup like her? Did people try to like emulate how she did her makeup?
Well, definitely, yes. But I think what happened was she became more 60s, so doing the white shadow. Yeah. But actually Marilyn's eye, she was emulating Greta Garbo's eye. You see it right away. So even with this on this side, where those little, the little line underneath, it's meant to be like a shadow of your top lash, which is what Garbo always had, these amazing shadows from the top lashes. So it creates this sort of even more open eye effect.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's kind of amazing, like, where we all get our references. We're just gonna go a little line like this, and then I'm gonna pull outward. And this is that sort of shadow that I'm talking about.
Did she do that line too, or did she just have that because she had the bedroom eyes?
No, I mean, I think the bedroom eyes were really created by this technique. Her eyes maybe...
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it adds that. So just going over with this white cream. I'm not even sure what this product is because like my whole life I just put things in jars and palettes, but I think any white cream product will work. You just lay it down as your base. And again, like Marilyn 1962, she was doing a much more white, heavy lid. Just gonna go on top with a white, it's actually not white, it's like a bone colored eyeshadow. And you can bring that all the way up to the brow. Okay, so I'm just taking a taupe shadow, and actually it's great, Emily, when you open your eyes and you look, you can see where her crease is. So I'm just gonna slightly go above that and into the brow and then over. You're wanting to give as much lid space as possible. It's almost kind of a cut crease, I guess we would talk like nowadays, but it's much more, I think, blended. And again, I don't think she would always do this, but I notice in like the Burt Stern book, there's a lot more contouring on the eye happening.
I mean, the eye is so pretty in general, like.
Yeah, I
regardless.
agree.
Yeah.
Beautiful cat eye that sort of swoops downwards, so you get a little sleepiness. It's very sexy.
Mm-hmm. My eyebrows it's so different
Than how we normally do.
Yeah.
But I really like it on you.
Me too. It's pretty.
Yeah.
What made you start loving Marilyn at first?
Oh, well, first it was just because she was stunning and beyond glamorous. But then, you know, I guess for anybody who's went through some things as a child, and I definitely had a tough childhood, I really related to her.
Mm-hmm.
When I started reading about the fact that she was in an orphanage, and I just imagine what she went through in life was very hard. And to become the big star she came, it wasn't something that happened overnight. You know, I've researched her. It took years for her to get to that level.
Right.
Yeah, I really related to her on a different level. But I think all the fans kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really interesting, like how you become very protective of who she is and her memory, and I don't know why it happens.
Yeah.
As I've worked with celebrities, I know what it's all about, but somehow I still sort of cherish Marilyn Monroe.
I understand that though. When I was watching the interviews of her, there's something so sweet and like delicate about her.
Yes, that's it. It's very childlike,
Yeah.
it's innocence. So now the white pencil, go ahead and look up. We're gonna go right in between here, and then go inside the eye. I think this is part of the trick. I'm gonna take a bit of liquid liner, and you're just gonna go on the outer part of the eye. And it like strengthens the eyeliner and the wing. I think it makes a huge difference. It's something I never realized, that the combination of brown and black liners that she does. What's
your favorite Marilyn movie?
I mean, that's really hard too, because I like so many of them so much. I'm trying to think the one that I watched the most, and it's probably Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. The dynamic between Marilyn and Jane Russell is amazing. Like, of course, Marilyn plays sort of the dumb blonde, and Jane's the smart one, but Marilyn's super smart in the end. It's just in her little way. This little half flash is all really that Marilyn used to wear. So I'm just gonna put that on the end of Emily's eyes. And you've already put the liquid liner, so you're just going right on top of that. If you just really pull it out and let it sort of swoop down. Again, it's all about that swoop. And then we'll put a bit more mascara on.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
Any
nice.
more?
That really added a nice touch. Just a little touch of the taupe shadow underneath. I'm gonna add a little more eyeliner, the brown liner again.
Oh, I wish I had somewhere to go after this.
So I'm just gonna go in with a little contour. And I'm gonna use that same taupey shade that we used in your eyeshadow crease.
So people were contouring even then?
Oh yeah. I think contouring started even in like the 20s and 30s. I mean, if you see like Marlene Dietrich in the 30s, oh honey, she is. The cheekbones are sharp. So there was a trick Marilyn used to do on her nose. Your nose is so super tiny, honestly. I feel like it might look too snatched, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
Do it.
We always do a different contour on you. But she used to have this like line that would go here.
Oh,
and
why
then
that?
here. It was kind of this way to create a little button. Do you see that little round
Yeah.
circle? And I can see by just looking at the monitor that it's doing what it did to her too, even though your nose is tiny. She had a tiny nose too, honestly, but doing this little rounded bit, it really does it. So that white cream that she would use on the eyes, I think she would use that for the contouring of the nose too.
So do you just go over that contour with a tiny bit of concealer to blur it out?
Yeah, but then I also add a little light right on the nose there.
How cute!
I know. Very like kind of drag queen trick. So let me do a little bit of blush.
My favorite part, always.
Sorry. Oh yeah,
blush.
But this is such a different way.
Oh, let me see.
So I'm actually doing it almost like a contour.
Oh.
So instead of it being the way that you would put on the apples of your cheeks, and then I'll blend it, and I might even add a little touch of it into the eyes. So I'm gonna try that same white cream that we used. When you look at pictures of her, she's very highlighted under the eye, and even on like the cheekbones. So I know Marilyn used Erno Laszlo powder.
Yeah.
Because this was also sold at auction. And I have some, not the one she used, but I did buy, I hope it's the same color, Translucent Light. I don't know if you can still buy this powder, honestly. So we've moisturized, scrubbed. Make sure you do that before. I think Marilyn's lips were really full, but I think yours are a bit fuller. So I think I know how I can do the shape that it will read just like hers. Okay, concealer lips don't rub together. Start with a neutral lip liner. And I'm gonna go under your cupids. But then I'm gonna go over round, just over the edge on the outer corners. I need to mix colors to get the color that I'm thinking of. So I'm gonna start using a red on top of that. This might be a lot of layers, this lip, but I read Marilyn used to do like 5 layers.
What?
Yeah, she would do a darker liner and then a lighter lipstick in the center. The reason I did the nude first and then going on top with this red is because it makes it a softer red. Now I'm gonna take a red lip liner. Basically, we're just gonna keep repeating this step until I get the color, I think. So basically I'm doing 1950s Marilyn mouth. Wow, yeah, I think that's getting a bit more. So supposedly she would put a little touch of that white just into the center of the lip, and it would give like an extra pout. Yeah. Which side was Marilyn's beauty mark on? We better get that right. Oh God. The outer corner of the mouth. So it would be like here. Just do a little tiny one and then I'll darken it.
Cool.
Now, I think that that's it. I just think it might be a tiny touch dark, so I'm just gonna take a Q-tip and swirl and soften it just a hair. Same eyeliner we used on your eyes.
So off camera, I just put in contact lenses. These are slightly bluer than mine. I thought, I mean, Marilyn had blue eyes, but Erin was like, not your color blue. So
I forced you.
We tried to tone down kind of the lightness of mine.
Yeah, I think her eyes were a bit more like a blue-gray, or maybe you said royal blue, which...
This looks more royal.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just adding a bit of clear gloss. Marilyn always wore gloss. Maybe not always, but often. So I always read that Marilyn Monroe would use Vaseline on her cheeks, and it would just give this shine, so she always looked luminous when she was in the light. I'm gonna use 8-hour cream. Just a little on the apples of the cheeks.
One last final part of this transformation is the blonde wig. We have hairstylist and friend Ebony, who is going to place this beautiful blonde wig on. He just got off a flight and rushed here because Erin and I have sent him 10,000 psychotic text messages over the last 3 weeks.
It's so true.
He's never gonna talk to us again.
With the wig
I had to come through with the wig today.
Yeah. Okay everyone, we are in New York City right now and I am headed to Erin Parsons' apartment and we have a very special surprise. So Erin happened to connect to a very famous Marilyn Monroe collector named Scott Fortner, and he brought some of Marilyn Monroe's actual items to New York for Erin and I to see. I am so excited. I know that Erin is going to be freaking out. She has not seen anything yet, so we're gonna go meet up with her now and see some of Marilyn Monroe's items in the flesh. So let's go do that.
So happy you're here.
I'm so excited.
This is so cool.
I know, I'm so excited.
I thought we could just walk in
together.
Yeah, and see it for the first time together. I might faint.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, we'll wait.
I gotta remember to breathe. Okay. Scott. Hello. So this is Scott. I can't shake your hand because you've got your gloves on. And he's gonna show us the collection. I'm so excited. Like, this is what I'm so excited about, is the fact that you collected her makeup.
So this is some of Marilyn's Elizabeth Arden makeup. I think it's just a base that she would wear. You can see it in the photos here on the table in front of her. She was preparing to do press on Some Like It Hot in these photos and doing her own makeup, you can see. And then of course I think Marilyn was most most associated with Erna Laszlo, so she wore an awful lot of Erna Laszlo makeup.
What's happening in this photo here?
So this was actually a photo that was taken by the police the morning after Marilyn's death. So this is the bedside table. So this is kind of a famous photo that's associated with Marilyn's passing. And you can see on the floor a jar of Erna Laszlo makeup on the floor right next to her bed.
This is the one.
This is the one. So this is my Marilyn was here moment. You can see her finger trails.
That is insane.
You want to go swimming in there, don't you, Erin?
No, I just want to like look into it.
I haven't opened this for a while, so I'm not sure what this is going to be like.
Now, I've bought this too. It's like a screw. It's a mascara.
It's a mascara wand.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so chic.
Yeah, oh, I know. The products
Like,
back then were
packaging
so good.
It's insane.
It's pretty cool, huh?
That's very cool.
So this is Marilyn's green Pucci blouse. So she really got into Pucci toward the end of her life.
So this has a lot of significance.
Right. So this is the top that Marilyn wore when she rehearsed for her performance at President Kennedy's birthday gala. There's so many stories around Marilyn was drunk, she was high, she couldn't find the stage, she was out of breath, she was running from her dressing room. And the truth is, she rehearsed it that way. There are photos of her wearing this blouse, standing up on stage, and she's doing the same hand gestures that she does in the actual performance while she's singing to President Kennedy. It was all planned. Yeah, she rehearsed it for weeks. So I've got a photo of her right here on her bookcase. Marilyn is in her limousine outside of her apartment at 444 East 57th, and I believe that this was actually taken on May 19th when she performed later that night for President Kennedy. And she's wearing this top, and this is an original snapshot.
How do you feel, Erin?
It's really this was such a great dream come true, really.
Yeah, it really is. Scott, thank you so much.
You're
this was
welcome.
a real treat.
You're welcome.
I'm just really pumped about it. Thank you.